something you won't kiss and tell. Yeah, I got her screaming out that OMG. I swear, I beat that pussy like I'm out of jail.
Hey, what's going on? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing this afternoon? Close to evening, it's kind of in between. But anyway, me, myself, and hey, we talking about self-awareness today. This is my girl, Kiki came up with this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let her finish everything off. But I am Diallo Bands, aka Mr. Bend Over Bit, huh? You hear me? AKA Pastor Bend Over the third bit, Mr. Poop in the building. You hear me, hun? I got a guest coming today, always representing for Mr. Robinson. Hey, holler at him for a second. Tell him something about yourself, Mr. Wolf.
Hello, my name is Mr. Robinson from the ATL. How everybody's doing? Good to see all of y'all again.
100, 100.
Thank you for having me. Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me on.
All right.
All right, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I'm your girl. I'm co-host Kiki on here, just chilling. I don't got all them AKAs, but it is what it is. Um, um, I'm going to introduce. I know y'all heard of her. She has her own show, Miss Alora.
Hey guys, it is your girl Laura Dannon from the Laura and Hour podcast. I am happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks for blessing us with y'all presence.
Oh, no problem.
I thought self-awareness would be like amazing because I'm actually going through a change right now, and it's something that need to be addressed, especially for those in my age group. I just recently turned 40 last year, and I'm 41 now, so it's just like this is the time where uh, I started my self-awareness journey, and it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of layers that come along with it, and a lot of shameful things that you're going to learn about yourself. A lot of things that you have to forgive yourself about, just so that you could be the best person that you are, the best version of yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why this was like kind of dear to my heart, because I'm trying to get to her, but I'm not all the way there yet. So, who's gonna go off with the first question? You got it, Mr. Bendova, or
Yeah, I got you. I got you right here. You go ahead.
okay,
That's
baby.
what I'm with you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I call this one bumping your head, and the question is, when did you realize you have to change your path that you're going down, or you're going to keep bumping your heads and making the same mistake? Anybody can take it. Any one of the guests.
I'll take it first. I think the first time I actually realized I had needed to change, I want to say I was about 25, 26, and I realized that I had needed to leave my hometown and venture off somewhere else. And the reason why I had needed to leave was because I could not see past what was going on in my life there. Like it was consistently me either going out, kicking it, coming back home, rinse and repeat, and it was just like, this can't be life, just always in the club and not really garnering anything for myself. I had nothing to really say, hey, I accomplished this. So I decided to move and start somewhere new and kind of get my feet wet and see what I could do for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Man, next here to me?
Oh, me, I think it started like this in my 20s, burning both ends of the candle.
Mm.
I mean, it would be serious, like go to work Friday night, get off. They know you had to be work the next day, and we get home in time enough to take a shower and to get to work. Sleep through the first break, sleep through lunch, and do it all over again. So I guess I woke up around my 30s thinking about that, and I like, this ain't working. You done burned the candle up, so it's time to make a change. And slowly but surely, just one thing after, you change one thing at a time. You just can't do it all at once. I mean, you see the first thing that's a problem. You fix that. you adapt, and then you tell yourself, no, we're
Mm,
not doing this. Look here, man. You got everybody got people inside that y'all up there having an ongoing war with each other. Let's do this, dog. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's grab her, dog, and you got to say, you got to say no to yourself. You say no to yourself first before you say no to everybody else,
right.
because you're gonna say no to them and with quick, fast, and hurry. But if you learn how to say no to yourself, and that's when you start growing up.
Hmm. And Kiki, can I add more to that?
Mm.
Hey,
Um,
I'm gonna pause y'all real quick. Hey,
okay.
I'm gonna let you go. Hey, Kiki. Hey, I was kind of going back and forth with people this weekend, but he added himself to the stream, so I'm gonna put him on the show. If you cool, if you know what I'm saying. I know we normally have one and one, but people kept flaking on me, so I just I'm gonna add
Hey,
Stacks in.
I'll jump back out and go back to the comment section, man. I'm in here.
Oh,
You said you need a replacement.
hey, listen, you in here now, and listen, Mr. Rookie Wing, Laura was saying something, and we're gonna let you go next. Self awareness, man. I get to be vulnerable with this one. Go ahead, Laura.
So what I was going to add is actually I still kind of bump my head still. Like even currently, I think it's something that we're going to always struggle with because there's always room for growth. The older we get, we're going to always realize, hey, I could have done this better. And I think right now, the one thing that I'm struggling with is where I bump my head at a lot is thinking that I can please a lot of people. Like I'll kind of like put myself in bad situations to make sure I'll make someone else happy, because you don't want that person mad at you. And I had to stumble a few times and learn some lessons where I said, you know what? You can't be living your life worried about someone being mad at you. They're going to have to be mad at you and you're going to have to keep it moving. So that's another thing where I bump my head at, and I'm still kind of just learning. I'm never going to be able to please everyone. Never. So end goal is going to always be putting me first and do what I can do for you.
Well, one more thing. Can I say something?
Hey,
Oh, you know,
Kiki, you
Oh,
muted,
you
so
on muted?
Me?
Kiki.
No, not you.
Okay, now I'm gonna say, okay, Stacks, I know that you are just getting here. And the question that I asked everybody was, when did you realize that you had to change the path that you were on, or you're gonna keep bumping your head, making the same mistakes?
Mm. Well, really, by just making the same mistake over and over again and just getting tired of the outcome. Like, 'cause after a while, it's like, hey, you see, shit ain't gonna change. You keep bumping heads, bumping heads, bumping heads, and nothing that you're saying is getting through to the person. So the person is not gonna change. So you got to change yourself and your situation.
Mm, makes
Okay.
sense.
Mhm. Oh, how you doing? I don't think we met
Oh, hi.
up top.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. But
And
Can I
oh,
say
go
one
ahead.
more thing?
oh
One of
yeah,
the biggest one of the biggest problems in that what you guys are talking about is influence.
Hmm.
The influence is what keeps you the same a lot longer than what you need to be. Like if you got a partner and he hadn't, you might as well say he's not growing up faster than you. So he's going to keep you right there with him, and then y'all going to still be the same, for the next 15, 20 years. Here it is, you 40 now, and you're still doing the same game, knowing full well it's time to put away them childish ways. I mean, there's always been this saying when I was a child, I played as a child. When
Right.
I became a man, I put my childish ways away and became a man. But you got some brothers in their 40s still acting like they still 20, 15, and they still trying to live the same life.
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of folks get left behind because of that. And it's up to you to move on. They can't be mad at you for moving on. The only thing they're mad about is how did you got to move, and they didn't.
Right.
So
That's true.
that pleasing part, what you talking about, it's time for you to move on.
Hmm. I
I
agree.
mean, it
okay,
ain't
and put
being
it.
mean. It's not being mean. It's just you're at a different place in your life.
Mhm.
and you need to get there. And so you got people holding you back. So
I agree.
Right, right.
mhm.
So, Mr. Bendover, did you have something to put on to that, and then you can take us into your next question?
Uh, well, with me is, I like questions that makes me vulnerable because everybody looks at people from when they first see them and don't know what process it took to get them where they at, and like everything ain't always been sweet. You know what I'm saying? It still ain't, but it's way better than before. But I'm gonna be real with you, I had a serious gambling problem.
Oh wow.
Serious gambling problem, like getting a $3,000 check took me damn near a week to get or so to get, and go playing cards and blow that shit in one motherfucking day. Just trying to like, hey, I'm gonna get this bread. I'm gonna triple this shit, do this and do that, and that shit was never working. Then I fuck around and go take out a loan to get the money back to replace the money. Then take the loan, go gamble that shit, try to get the money back I lost. That shit just never happened.
Damn.
And my granddad was like, man, like you done made the gambling money. Why you going to just the money I'm making? Like, why are you going doing it? It was a repeated cycle. I'm like, damn. Like, now I got to hustle up some money over here. I've always been a hustling motherfucker, so there was never nothing to replace the money. But it was like, now I got to do extra things I didn't even have to do because I had the money not to do it. So I was always putting my people in a situation like, damn, like in a state where they wasn't feeling secure type because it's a bad adjustments I was making and shit like that. And so it got to the point where I was looking at all the money I was making and I'm like, wait a minute. I added that shit up. I'm like, dang,
Man,
all that shit like it is?
you could have did so much more.
I could have been paying all this shit off my credit, paying a couple cars off and shit.
Went on vacation.
I just went, and then you got to realize the people who you hang around. I went through my phone. I said, you know what? I'm taking these niggas' numbers out. Because I'm like, how is it we can all sit here and take each other's money, but we can't put money together and figure out how to do something with the money? And so when I figured out they wasn't really on that, because when I mentioned something, I said, hey, bro, all the money we take, let's get a food truck or something. Let's do something.
Right.
Crazy. I was like, you know what? These ain't the right company I need to be around. And so I just had went cold turkey. Now I can control, don't get me wrong, I still do little things, but it's at a controlled level. Like it's not like I need to do it. I made it be a little bullshit. It wasn't like how I was doing before. So you know what I'm saying? So it take little steps, but I kind of went cold turkey because now I got so much going on with this and other things. Trying to do this to remove this problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But definitely, man, that was a big thing for me. We all have our demons we fight. You know what I'm saying? Some are different than others, but that was definitely mine. I kept bumping my head with that gambling shit, man. That shit had me on a stronghold. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. But hey,
right. Often it be us holding us back. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes bumping your head, you have to open your eyes and realize, hey, I'm doing damage to myself.
Right.
You know?
And sometimes it takes you to bump your head and bump your head and bump your head. Like I was listening to I'm sorry, I don't know your name, the guy up under me, but he was saying about the age. And that's what I was on the phone telling Mr. Bendova. I was just like, I'm just now turning 41, but last year was my waking up point. Last year was my stumbling point and getting to know the new me, because like you said, with your mine was drinking. I had a drinking problem ever since I was 17. I went through something and I took that with me all the way until last year. You know what I'm saying? And it's that's why I can't judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it maybe took me a little longer because I don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't have to straighten up too much. You know what I mean? But at the same token, it's like me, I'm starting in my 40s. Like it literally feels like I'm starting my life over, but I'm becoming the woman that I always want to be. And
so when did you get mad?
I loved me back then too, but it was just like, girl, leave that liquor alone. It's bad.
Right. And
I don't know how to drink and just I got a little shot. No, we buying the bar.
So when did you get mad?
Huh?
So when did you get mad at yourself?
When did I get mad?
Yeah, normal times when people get mad, when you get people get mad at themselves, that's when they make a change.
I fucked up my career.
Mm.
I have my CDL, and I fucked up my career, so I made my money come to a halt because of my ways, because I got a DUI. So that's where I got mad.
Damn.
Right.
And that's it. You're mad at yourself, but at some time you better hurry up and forgive yourself and start rebuilding yourself.
Right,
I mean, that's the part, because you can wallow in it and you can just wallow in it, but it's just like you can be mad at yourself forever. Get over it. God got over it, so now it's time for you to move on so that you could become the person that you're supposed to be on this earth. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Right.
check this out. I'm gonna go to that because we can keep going on that one.
Yeah, right.
right.
But I got a question. Something my granddad, me and Kiki talked about this. Something my granddad told me a long time ago about something, and I want to know if y'all know this. Like, the title of it is "What's Your Purpose?" Right? I want to know, what is your gift, and are you using it to its full potential?
I love that question. Oh
Mm.
my god!
Any-
I went
any-
first last time, so I'm gonna sit back and wait for somebody else to go.
Yeah, anybody can take it. And if y'all don't want to go, I would love to go.
I was about to say I would go, but I didn't know if it was like.
I asked it, so I'm not going to go first. Anybody can go.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. Only because that's like a crazy question. Because matter of fact, ask it again.
Let me go back to my phone.
I'm sorry.
What is your gift? Now, first of all, you have to understand what is your gift. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. How you know what your gift is. What is your gift, and are you using it to? If you know your gift, are you using it to its full potential?
Right. So my gift, right? I know my gift is to make people laugh and come together. Like, I know that about myself. Like, if I'm in a room, I'm center of attention. I'm trying to have everybody get along, and I'm funny. You know what I mean? So I know me. I'm not living it all the way to potential. I'm just like, I'm learning how to get it out. You know what I mean? How I'm just figuring it out. But I know my gift, but I do not use it as a front runner in my life. Like, Kevin Hart, he using his, and he's being blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I got that on live.
Right.
The devil is
Man.
alive. The devil attacking you already. Look.
Right. Like,
right. Don't, girl, take your time and stump him down. Stump him further down.
Okay, he ain't got no power over here.
No, he don't.
Who else want to take that?
I'll take it.
Okay, go ahead.
My gift was, and I guess I inherited. It's like an sixth sense, and it carried me a long ways. Even when I went to college, I was going to be a psych major, but the crazy part of what it was for was I was going to be an FBI agent, and before they showed Criminal Minds on television, I was going to be chasing psychopaths, I guess you could say. So that was mine. And my sisters still give me grief about it. I can call them when I feel something's wrong. Now, the first thing I say, what's wrong? And she'll say, boy, quit calling me. Man, you scaring the hell out of me with that. How do you know what's going on here and you 2,000 miles away? And I'm like, okay. I had to tone it down a little bit because, they couldn't understand it. They say, but you're just like your mom. Your mom do the same thing. And so I inherited that kind of, I guess you could say that kind of talent, but never used it to my best, to my abilities.
Well, can I say something real quick, just to piggyback on that? Because if like that kind of gift, like that's a spiritual gift. You know what I mean? Like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I know when I'm in the presence of a pedophile. I know if it's a kid around me that's going through something that they shouldn't go through. Like, I have that feeling, and it's in my stomach, my gut, my heart, everything when I feel it.
I call it my spider sense because I don't know what it is,
It's
but
tingling.
you know it's something wrong.
Yep.
And I say it's a spider sense.
I know it.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, but I can't exactly point it out, but I know something's wrong, and eventually it shows itself in the end. But it scares my family sometimes. I can get in tune like that.
Right.
Let me ask you this question before you go on. when you get in tune with it, are you scared to get in tune with it? Because you know how like self-awareness, manifestations and stuff like that, and the time that you spend with yourself and speak with yourself into the higher being, that can be scary once you start getting into it, and you know what I mean. So are you scared to like tap in?
I guess I done embraced it now. It doesn't. It's like it's a part of me. Like you said, I drove trucks, so it became stronger when I'm by myself.
Mhm.
And when you're in solitude, and if you've been a truck driver, your solitude is maybe 10 to 15 hours a day, just you in that truck.
Mhm.
So as I got older, it got stronger and stronger, and I could be anywhere in the United States, and I could feel something, and then I had to find out what it is. So I started making calls to find out where is it coming from and who. Can't say
Okay,
who exactly, but I know it's in the family. It's anybody that's close to me, I feel their presence more than.
right. Now, Miss Laura, I heard you. I see you over there shaking in your seat, ready to say what you need to say. So, feel free to take the floor.
Okay.
What's good, Annie? What's good, Annie? My bad. What's good?
So it's kind of like we all three of us is kind of like on the same path. So my gift, well, my purpose and my gift. So since I want to say I was like 9 or 10, I knew that my gift was being able to connect with people. I knew that God gave me a big heart. So I want to say it was being able to love and love unconditionally, you know, and I think that once I kind of realized that it was okay to be open to people, I freely started giving people my purpose. And what I mean by that was I started trying to influence them. And my way of influencing people was to help them to see the good in them, helping them to see the beauty in them. Because sometimes people walk this earth and they don't understand their gifts that they have and that God placed in them because they're so used to people, tearing them down and stripping it away from them. And so I always thought that my gift was to help others see their light, you know. And another gift I would say empath. I felt like God gave me a connection through my dreams. So I dream things. And I know it sounds crazy, but my family will vouch. I dream things, and the next thing I have to do, I have to wake up and have to try to interpret. And depending on the person is that I dreamed about, I usually reach out to them like, hey, something going on in your life because I dreamed about this and this happened. And it's usually like, whoa, that's so crazy. Either I'm contemplating, I'm thinking, or this just happened to me. And that's just like my relocation down to the South. When I was about 5 years old, I always dreamed of this neighborhood, and it was a cul-de-sac, right? And it was always me transitioning to the South. But I never knew I was going to the South. But I moved into my neighborhood like 12 years ago, and I'm sitting there looking at the top of my street, and I said, I dreamed of this. God sent this to me. When Hurricane Katrina happened, I dreamed that. I just didn't know location, stuff like that. But I always felt like my gift was to help bless others and help feed life into them. And that's why podcasting was so important for me, because I want to give out good energy, good information, and I want people to know that no matter what their situation is, no matter what they've been through, you are great. Your light is bright. It's just dim because you're not able to see it. Move all of that hurt, that pain, and that self-doubt, and your light will be able to shine. So I feel like that's my purpose.
You better say that.
Hey, before Steven go, right, I hate to go off on stuff, right? Like, I'm real deep with when people say dreams, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an American thing they bring to us, say that's a dream, because how can you be somewhere you've never been but you can recall everything? Mm-hmm. So that's on a whole nother deeper level than a dream. They say that's what it is, because pretty much if I tell you pretty much my whole life I've seen like I've seen this before. Hey, go around here. Like, how is that possible?
It's a checkpoint.
Yes. So it's more.
It's a checkpoint. You know how you be in a race car, and as soon as they get where they're gonna be, They'd be like, checkpoint. To me, that means you're on the right path or you're living the way that you're supposed to because you've been there before. Or maybe you need to be at, that's just how I look at it. Or maybe you're at a time where you need to figure out where you're going to go.
Right.
Because you made it this far. You're supposed to be here. You've seen it before. Now you're going to go left or right.
Hey,
green pill.
What's your purpose, cuz? Do you've been in and out, so I'm gonna read the question over again. My question was, the title was, what's your purpose? What is your gift, and are you using it to its full potential?
Well, I would say probably no, I'm not using it to my full potential. But as far as like connecting with people, making them laugh, and just like I can sing, rap, do comedy type stuff. I'm not making any videos or doing anything. Like I get on the podcast with you, and I'll just be being myself, making people laugh. But I'm not using that for anything. It's just like, man. So as far as like, what am I using it for? I'm not using it for anything right now, just besides just like entertaining people. But man, I would like to. That's why I was talking to you the other day about like getting on, starting to make TikToks and getting on, different social media platforms and, let my talents show. But for like the here and now, I'm just, man, trying to figure out how to get this money together. Get, a lot of people get caught up in trying to, in life period, get your money straight and trying to be, like financially stable and take care of your business, that they forget about, their talents and what their true purpose really is. Mm-hmm. Like if I could see like a direct way to make like, me being funny or me singing, rapping, like if I can figure out a way to make that like a real career, then I would like pursue it more. But in the meantime, it's just like basically, hey, I'm just doing what I got to do to get by, put clothes on my back, my kids, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody's straight. So yeah, as far as like, am I using it? Nah. But do I got it?
I think you are though, because it's your talent. So you're using it to know that it's your talent, but you're not paying attention how God is using you, because
there you go.
Especially when you have the smile on people's face. You could be around me. I could just get them from going through something, and you can sit here and make me laugh and make,
what I'm saying? Y'all. My bad.
You are using your gift.
I got kicked out.
Okay.
Comedy, telling jokes, music, all of that is a form of healing. So you have to realize if you're able to do those things, those are talents. Not everyone possesses those things. So every time you use it, like she said, you're touching someone. You're helping heal someone.
Hey, check this out, right?
Okay.
I appreciate it.
My bad. I'm gonna cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
My granddaddy, I miss my granddaddy so much, but listen, he always told me, he was like, how do you know what's your gift? And how you figure out what's your gift, right? He told me a gift is something that you just have naturally, and you have to do no practice. It just come to you,
right?
Naturally. And most people don't use them gifts because it's not, like, for instance, you got this person, he's major gifted in baseball, but he just loves to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So but he'll never make it in that sport. But that's what he loved to do. Like for some reason, we figure out to love everything else instead of just adding on to what we're naturally gifted in. And that's going to be your money maker. But he told me, he said, but he was like, you different, son. I said, what you mean? He was like, it's like your gift is a gift and a curse if you don't use it right. I said, what's that? Like, pretty much everything I do, I'm good at, or I can excel at, if that's what I choose, what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody taught me. You ask my cousin, ain't nobody taught me how to cut hair. I was cutting hair since I don't know how long. Cut his hair. See, just anything. I just decide, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. But the bad thing about it is, I don't know how to just stay focused on that. So you know what? Let me figure out this and how to whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like right now, I got like 10 things going on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, I'm gonna just master this out, and then once I master that out, then I'm gonna go to this. So I'm just always kind of just all over the place doing a lot of different things, which is not bad. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's not super good. You know what I'm saying? At the same time.
Yeah, and sorry, catch off. But I was going to say you want to make sure you don't you don't overexert yourself, because like you were just saying, the person who may have a gift for baseball might go over there for basketball. And while you're exerting yourself with so many different talents that you do possess, but you might have that one that's going to be that golden egg, and you're not taking and gaining more knowledge on it and feeding that one more, because sometimes you have to nurture your gifts, in order for them to grow. So I mean, it is a blessing. Now, unless you can get you an assistant, you get your assistant to help delegate. Now you go ahead and you take on all those tasks, but don't get into the habit of taking a misstep and mishandling one of your gifts, is what I'm trying to say.
But I ain't get to hear you, cuz. My bad. Hey, I don't want you to repeat yourself, but because I like hearing everybody's shit. I got cut off. Now, what you were saying about you, cuz?
We had a cool little dialogue with that, and I appreciate what both of y'all said as far as what I was saying. Like, but what I was telling them was like, as far as like singing, rapping, comedy type shit, I like making people laugh. I feel like I could be out on a broader, spectrum as far as like getting out to more people. Like everybody that knows me knows that I'm silly as hell. Like if y'all going through some shit, hey, I'll try to make y'all laugh, change y'all day and how y'all, view some shit. You can tell me some shit that's like dead serious, and I could make a way that it'll be, have you laughing about the situation and, feeling better about yourself by the time you're done, speaking to me. I was just telling them, something like that. But as far as like actually using it, they say like I am using it, but just on like a local basis, as far as like the people that really know me, that I'm around. But I was telling you that I wanted to start getting into like maybe making some videos, some and getting more out there, being more outgoing and stuff, so I can reach more people.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Well, like I'm gonna say that, like you say, that's my cousin. I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? But with anything in life, you have to really. I'm glad you're on the show, because you have to sit down and just look at yourself and just like and find yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Figure out what I'm doing, what I'm not doing.
I think we all doing that right now.
Yeah, we all can do that. What I'm not doing right, what I am doing right, how I'm living now, where it's gotten me through the years. That's how I evaluate myself. Like doing like where has it got me? Then at some point we got to make a change somewhere. If you're trying. Oh, damn, I froze up.
Oh, he done froze up.
I always freeze up. So that's how I do myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every year I'm trying to elevate. I'm not trying to stay at the same, stay stagnant. I'm always trying to figure out different ways. How can I and bring people with me at the same time with different things. But all thing you gotta do is surround yourself with the right people. That's the first thing.
I was gonna say this kind of ties into like your first question that I got on or whatever. It ties in together, like as far as you might have a lot of stuff that'll throw you off your path of what your real purpose is, and you're not using it because you're distracted by somebody else's bullshit, or just getting, like how Kiki was saying, get caught up in your old ways that it's messing up your present and your future.
Hey, say this for me, bro, and I say it mostly every morning when I get on the side of the bird, and I say, God, guide me in the right direction.
Amen.
Let your will be done.
Hey, manifest this.
If you give him to say, if you say that enough, he will guide you in the right direction.
Amen.
Now, I see you doing skits on TikTok, some funny stuff. I mean, just doing a skit or something, 30-second skit. I can see you doing that. And it'd be funny as hell. I see Mr. No, boy, I see some of yours, boy. Lord,
right.
That boy right there, boy.
Nah, but hey,
that preacher.
That's my cuz, man. He is silly, bro. He been so I be laughing about some random shit he said 5 years ago. I just be like, man, I remember this dude when we was out. He said such and such. I'm like, I'll just start laughing, just be at work, just in the middle of doing some random bullshit.
Yeah,
just start cracking up.
I'm gonna say this too,
preacher, man. That hair just going. And I'm thinking about some old preacher like that.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too before we get to the icebreaker, right? When we get to the icebreaker, I'm gonna say this, bro. If you don't, it's manifestation, and if you don't believe what you manifesting, it's never gonna come to pass.
Amen.
Yeah. Listen, everything you do is spoken into existence. That's why a lot of times, until you think about something, until you say it, it may not happen. But as soon as you say something or think it, something will just pop up like, damn, I was just thinking and saying this shit. So if you don't, so you gotta wake up every day saying, you know what? I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire. You know what?
Right.
It's manifesting. You manifesting things in your life, and if you don't believe what's coming out your mouth, it's never going to happen. It may not come when you want it to come, but it's going to happen.
You don't put it in the universe.
And if you don't know, and if you don't
Yeah,
know
I
how
thought
to
about that
believe
before too.
if you don't know how to believe it, speak it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why that manifestation, just to piggyback on what you said, there are people like they're not getting out their situation because their frequencies to the earth is I'm broke, I gotta live paycheck to paycheck. So they're constantly thinking that instead of like, oh, I gotta get another job because I need more money. Start speaking stuff so that you can start moving up and elevating. Man, I'm reading this book. I'm reading this book and it's called The Secret. And it's been a long time I've been heard about the book, but for some reason now it's in my life. And the way I'm starting to look at life and self is way different, man. And get the book, just elevate on however y'all can just elevate, man. I'm sorry, go ahead, because I'll take y'all to church.
And
The book won't let you
so
sit
piggyback
still.
off of what Mr. Benova was saying.
Church.
Favorite rap lyric from Nipsey Hussle was, "I spoke it into the universe and it appeared." Like every time I hear him, every time I think about that song, like I'm just like, girl, speak it. Because it was like Nipsey said, yo, he went from being broke to a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so
Hey, listen, and the biggest thing is $2. Let me tell y'all, we all know this. When you doing something, bro, you don't have to tell everybody what you fucking doing, bro. Because the first thing somebody gonna do is when you tell them what you're trying to do and better yourself, they gonna find a way to say, "Oh, nah, bro." But I remember, bro, I was working 2 jobs. I was going to Roadmaster, doing all type of goofy shit. Like, nah, I wouldn't go over the road. I wouldn't do this. A couple years later, I'm making 6 figures and shit. Now, so that's why the left hand ain't got to know what the right hand doing all the time, bro. When you got something, just keep that shit to yourself, and you write your goals out, and you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Yeah, a lot of people talk you out of what you want to do. Like, imagine you would have listened to the motherfuckers. You might still just be bouncing around to some little shitty ass warehouse right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of making 6 figures, you probably might be making 40 or even less. Or might have just went in a whole different direction listening to motherfuckers because they don't have what it takes to do what you're telling them that you plan on doing. So they want to try to tear you down.
right.
Or they just can't see above the level they're on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
Their mind probably can't be like,
Grandma used to
Not everyone
Right.
possesses the, like you said, to see things. I'm not gonna say in the third eye, but like on a different spectrum. And I view things differently than Kiki. Mr. Bendover, like I had someone tell me like my podcast name, The Lauren Hour with the Lord Danny, that was the stupidest thing. That's what I kept hearing. That's a stupid name. That's a stupid name. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, okay, but I know I'm a powerful being. My name is Laura. That's dope.
What's the
Lauren
name of your
Hour, that's
podcast?
mean power. So it's the Power Hour, and I'm a powerhouse, so it's gonna stay that. The Lauren Hour podcast.
Oh,
with Lauren
okay.
Danny.
I don't
Right.
see how they even gonna come at you sideways for something like that. Like if I wanted to call mine the Stacks Hour or Mr. Bendover Hour, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
man, go ahead. And none of them people that told you that shit, they ain't got no podcast or what they doing.
No vision at all.
That's how I be too. Hey, Kiki, you got an ice. We about to light it up. Try to be funny for a second. Do you got an icebreaker?
oh, it's for me. I hope it ain't like yours, man. I was just sitting here because for real, I lost track of time, y'all. So, what's the funniest thing you ever done alone and had yourself cracking up? And if y'all want to take it, I'll take the lead because
I take that one.
What's the George Bendover?
That is funny.
I got one.
Huh?
I got one when I was younger.
He ain't even
And I
paying attention.
still-
Okay.
And I
Go
told some friends of mine about it. Back when I was in my 20s, I used to sit there and smoke weed all the time. And I got home. You know how you get that munchies and late at night, it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm sitting in the dark just like I am now, little shadow light. I done broke out the peanut butter and the bread. I'm sitting up there on the damn bar stool eating damn peanut butter sandwiches, and I'm like, high as hell. And I realized I done ate 5 peanut butter sandwiches before I realized. Like, wait, if you don't take your ass,
God.
Did you at least have a cup of milk?
Did you have some water?
Right, you probably woke up thirsty.
I don't remember drinking anything. That's what made me get my ass out that stool and take my foot to bed. I'm high as a kite, and I still tell her joke. I tell her folks that, and everybody just laugh at me, laugh so hard. And I thought that was the funniest thing.
Man.
I did.
Man, everybody that smoked done been there. Like I done woke up with chip bags and gummy worms and shit all on my chest and on the bed and shit. Like damn, I ate all of it. I woke up just like got cookie crumbs and shit on my chest. Like wait, what's going on here? Like
Yeah.
And thirsty as hell. Like man, I done bought every snack. I ain't getting no Gatorade or no drink or nothing. Just woke up thirsty. Woke up thirsty.
Spit.
All right, what about you, Mr. Laura? I seen you itching to tell your story.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is shameful. Like, okay, so I was alone in the shower, taking a shower, and my husband's at work, right? And so I'm in there just jamming, and I slip and I fall, right? And then I get up cussing him out. Like I'm mad as hell because I'm blaming him, and he ain't even home. He ain't me home. I'm just mad.
Now they do. First they do a blame on me.
To catch me. And then when I thought about it, I was like, bitch, you lightweight toxic. Like, you might cuss this man out. He's not even here.
Damn.
I thought that was funny. Like I was literally stepping out the shower laughing in my own head, like, yeah, you are a character, woman. You're funny.
Let me tell y'all the funniest thing that ever happened to me. So I was getting out the tub. You know, back in the day when you wear powder, you put powder all over your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I lotioned down, and I was walking around in my panties and bras, and I went into my mom room. Mind you, drawers full of powder, bra full of everything. I'm just white. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around.
And dry it down a little bit.
My mom's mirror, and her mirror is huge. So I'm up there just dancing, and a little poo came out.
Oh.
But when the poo came out, literally, y'all, on God, the powder like sprouted out.
Yeah.
Sound like,
That
a
wasn't
gunshot.
I gotta grab this door.
That was a gunshot. That was a gunshot.
Man, that's just great. Man, I died so hard. Cause I'm like, like how often would you see? How often would you see something like that happen? Like nobody would see that. Like I was like, only me. Mr. Stacks, you got something?
Man, I don't know if I can top that one. I'm gonna pass it over to Mr. Bendel.
Oh, you passing for real?
Oh, yeah, I will pass it. I mean, I got plenty of times that silly shit just happening. I'm by myself and I look over, and ain't nobody there to laugh with me. I'm like, damn, man, that shit was silly. But man, go on ahead. I ain't got nothing specific right now, but go ahead. What's yours?
What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Mike? Listen, I got a lot of them. I just don't know which one to get to, so I'm gonna get to a section.
Damn.
I remember when I got down. Listen, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
I get down to Florida, right? Back then, listen, I get down to Florida, right? Back then, I had braids and shit, right? So I used to go to this club. I was too young to get in it. My brothers always get me in. The DJ, they used to call me Sean Paul and shit. That's when they give me that line. Anyway,
like my low.
Time I used to go there, right? Like one night, little mama was like, "Hey, I'm done playing these games with you. I'm coming over your house tonight." I'm like, "Shit, okay." So we over that motherfucker's real saucy and shit, butt ass naked. I'm up. Listen, I got up in that thing. You know, I had a quick release. You know what I'm saying? But what transpired in a quick release, I played it off like somebody was in a house. I'm like, "Hey, you heard that?" I'm like, "Man, sound like somebody in my damn house."
No, you didn't.
I walk around a house, butt ass naked with the strap line. Know nobody in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I come back in the room, I'm like, "Shit, it was a false alarm and shit." And I'm like,
"You gonna act like you killed the vibe?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Man, he ain't even right."
It'll take me a while to get it back.
Vibe up and shit. This shit gonna fuck the whole vibe up. So yeah, but I be thinking about shit. That shit had me laughing from time to time and shit though. So that's my little story. I got a few of them, but I ain't gonna get that deep into them.
But
that's
God,
I trip off. You say you can't think of one. See,
you looking for something? No, I'm good. My bad. My mind.
My fart story took him out. Took him out.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, man, you had me
Clean
stuck.
to the left.
You had me stuck for a second. Like,
Clean to the
damn.
left. All right, here you go,
He
Kiki.
said he got powder
go.
on the dookie.
He about to be in this room. He gonna have a powder butt tonight.
Oh man,
So my
he got powder. He got powder all over a nigga face and shit. He done
Oh,
tooted one
wow.
time. And,
butterfly effect. The next
Right.
question.
oh shit.
If you're in the cocoon
Said the
stage,
next
right? I call it
question.
the cocoon stage.
Oh wow.
Can you see who you want to become? And I call it the cocoon stage because it's like you're finally finding out who you are, seeing, paying attention to the characteristics and you're molding yourself. Do you actually see that person? Can you see him or her who you're going to become at the end of that tunnel? Anybody can take it.
I'm gonna say yeah. I can see that person. Every day I'm adding layers to myself. And I've always said that God didn't place me on this earth to be a certain way. So I already understood the design, but I just needed to go ahead and start crafting it. So every day I make sure I get up, and no matter what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, I do small things. Every step, I make sure I encourage myself if others aren't. So every day that I wake up, I always tell myself, girl, you're a powerhouse. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're blessed to be in this world still, but yet you're a blessing to this world. So each and every day that I wake up, I always make sure that I recognize who I am. And I know that 10 years from now, I am definitely going to be a greater person than I am right now. So I would say the design is still a work in progress, and I am getting there. So I do see me being this powerhouse. Just like I said, I know it's destined for greatness. So it's going to happen.
Okay. But yeah, I could definitely see. You know what I'm saying? I see where I want to be, and I know that it's certain steps I got to take before it gets there. But I could definitely see, what the future has, and all you got to do is keep on working hard, keep grinding, and most importantly, don't give up on the shit that you want to do in life, and you'll definitely get where you need to go. Because I know, like, even with you, Kiki, as far as what you were saying with having the drinking problem and shit, it's like, you might not have been able to see where shit was headed, or you would have did steps. You would have took steps to, nip that shit in the bud earlier.
Right.
But
right.
you on the right path. After talking to you the last time, I'm like, I told you, I'm proud of you that you've been going on for all these months without picking up the drink, and I know you feel better from not doing. You know what I'm saying? You feel better, and you got probably have a better focus on that vision coming to life as far as where you want to be.
Right.
And I feel the same way as far as that goes. Like, I got to cut certain shit out. I got to do better to be better. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely see what the future has in store for me, and just got to take those steps to, get where you need to go.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. Keep your head on a swivel.
I'm gonna go. Mr. Wookie, he in pimp mode.
He always in pimp mode. What you talking about?
I want to take this time because I like this question, and I'm gonna say something. It's his brother, my cousin, my first cousin, his brother, Raul.
Brother.
I'm gonna say this about Raul while we on here.
Oh shit.
It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
This dude, he's always he played life like chess. He was always a few moves ahead, but at a young age. He knew what he wanted to do. Anything he did, he was strategic. And if he said he was going to do it, he did it. You know what I'm saying? So he figured out life at a way younger age, and now he's still young and able to enjoy life at an abundance. You know what I'm saying? And so
he got 2 years, bro, to retire.
We don't talk how we supposed to. We get grown. Everybody do different things. But if he listen to this, or even he can tell me, I've never told him that, but I always felt like that about him. He's always been focused. Everything's been focused, and right now we pretty much the same age. And I'm gonna be working while he chilling because he figured out life way ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? Because while I was a type motherfucker fucking with females and then the club, gambling, spending money. He had life figured out. And some people figure out life faster than others. Like right now, I'm playing behind the 8 ball, but I ain't out the game. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna congratulate him on that. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it took me a while to figure out things because my mind was just somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't focused on what's life really about. You know what I'm saying? So I wasted a lot of my young years on bullshit.
Me too.
And so, but my thing is with me now, I'm a living testimony to somebody else to tell me, hey, bro, stop wasting fucking time. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting money on this dumb shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
that clock gonna run out one day.
Yeah,
that clock gonna run out.
A lot of time and money, but now I figured it out. I'm on track where I need to be, and I'm also figuring out that everybody can't come with you where you're trying to go. It can be family, it can be your best friend, it can be anybody. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't take everybody. Everybody's not able to. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life goes, and that's why a lot of people they stay stagnant in life because they feel like this person got to come with me. Who you start off with is who you're not going to finish with. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. So you don't ever feel like you this type of person because they're not with you. You know what I'm saying. Just if you keep doing that, that's why it took me so long. I'm trying to keep on bringing people with me. They're not supposed to elevate with me.
No, no, because
so I can't be blessed. He can't bless me. Hey, bro, you gotta clean your circle up, pimp. You know what I'm saying?
When you start feeling like your conversation with people that you've been on the same level with, when you get to that point where, they're not understanding me where I want to go. That's my mind frame that I've just elevated from. And that's okay to let them go because they have to elevate to the next level. I'm not saying that you're on a better level or a higher level than them, but it's time.
That journey not the same.
It's not that journey. Yeah, it's your journey and your journey alone. And that's why I like the self-awareness. Like you gotta wake up to who you are before it's too goddamn late. I think that's what it is. Before it's too goddamn late. And it's too many of us dropping like flies out here. You know what I'm saying? Not even living to their fullest potential to give us what they got to give. You know what I mean? Because they get swallowed up in things that the flesh love. Let me say it like that. That the flesh love or feel good at the moment instead of just taking life seriously and living. And in the way we live, man, it ain't nothing like what following yourself and being fooled with yourself. It ain't nothing like that path. Like that's you always gonna win on that path. Not saying it's gonna be easy, but you always gonna win. I'm sorry.
You always win when you never give up. Whether you think you're losing or not, you're gonna always win. And Mr. Benova, I was on mute. I was trying to say something to you, but you were saying about your journey and where your cousin's station is in life right now. Let me tell you something. God knows who we are, and He knows what we need to go through in order to create the us that He knows need to be put before the world. And your journey was different than your cousin's, but look where you are right now, though. And like I always inbox, I was like, yo, it's solid. Like yo, what you're doing is solid. And the reason why I said that is because you alone just telling someone where you had a gambling problem back in the day, right? But look at you now. Look at the elevation. That is going to be motivation for someone else. Your story, your journey, it is going to always motivate someone else to say, listen, I can do this. Right. And we don't know the age bracket. It could be a 60-year-old man right in front of us who has a gambling problem. But this young sir right here is telling you're telling your story, and you're going to motivate that 60-year-old. You just never know. Or a 18-year-old who might be just shooting dice. You just never know. So the journey's solid.
You got something, Mr. Wilkie?
No, it's just something an old person told us. Says it is your journey is equivalent to 1,000 steps. When you make that first step, you're already on your way. But just making that first step is the hardest step.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
And if you can make that step, once you make that step, into everything else start moving. But making that first step is our biggest problem. As a black race, I mean, we procrastinate. We know we could do things. We know we got God given talent. We don't use it like we should. And say you're sorry because He gave it to you, but you didn't want to use it. And some people never, I mean, gonna always get left behind. I'm sorry to say.
That's
You
true.
can't, you cannot. I mean, your
Right.
journey is your journey.
Right.
Her path is her path, and everybody's got a path. But
And
they
be
can't.
careful.
But you got to walk it yourself. You can't bring your path is your path, and you got to walk it yourself.
And don't be so quick to judge nobody else because you can fall just like they fell. Don't
Right.
ever always stay
I
humble.
mean,
Right.
you stay humble and tell people your story, but you still got to walk your path.
Right.
In your rest time, when you're walking, you at least tell this person and this person. Because like my sister said, you never know who you're gonna help along the way, but you still
Right.
got to walk that path.
Right.
Amen.
You know, I'm glad to talk with you guys, but I got to keep going. And no, I don't mean no harm about it, but I got a path to walk, and I got to get there.
Right.
Right.
Right. You want to be
Right.
stuck in this zone doing this, and I'm on to the next thing, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's a lot of people, like, imagine you were doing whatever. A lot of us ain't best friends or as tight as we is with none of the people that we grew up with. I still got a few homies like from back in the day, 7th, 8th grade, that I'm still tight with. But I also got other people that they dead right now or they in jail right now. Like, imagine you would have stayed on that path with them or trying to do
Right.
shit to please them. You know what I'm saying? You at some point, some people got to get left behind because you will be right along with them,
Let
dead
me
in
get to
jail or just all the way fucked up in the game. You feel me?
let's go
Yeah.
to this last question in the icebreaker. This question is funny because the Lord said something that that goes with me having a big heart. So, do you have a quality about you that is good and bad at the same time? If so, explain.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go first. Y'all quiet.
I be trying to shut up because I'm always going first.
Yeah, I'll go first. Since I'll go first. They quiet. I'm giving y'all time to think. My biggest problem with me is having a big heart and always thinking people can change. That's my
Same here.
biggest. That's my biggest problem. I give people chance after chance to a point. I feel like I'm a pain free. I'm like, I gotta be a pain free. Like this motherfucker ain't hit me up in 3 days, 4 days, a week. I'm still hitting them up. But when they call me, ask me for money, oh here you go. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I can help everybody, bro. Just having a big heart, giving shit to people that don't deserve even my time. You know what I'm saying? But people know that about you, and they play on you. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like you say, like Lord, like I'm the type of person people always think I got it for whatever reason.
Yeah, dude.
Just because I make
No.
this don't mean I have big bills that come behind it. But I'm the type of motherfucker. I give you my last.
Oh,
I
what's
give
up?
listen.
Hold on. You said I'll give you your lat.
Listen, I'm the type of person. I give you my last $100 out of my pocket, and I figure out what I gotta do with it. And that's I got a bad, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? And so that's having a big heart is a good thing, but it can be a bad thing too for me. So that's mine.
I agree.
Dang, it's so crazy because I am that. I have a big heart, and
We must be triplets up here.
I think mine is loving, loving and seeing love from others the way I love them. And there is nobody who loved the way I love. You know what I mean? And I had to know that. I had to know that so I could quit disappointing myself with people. Just because I respect you don't mean you're gonna respect me. And I'm expecting to be respected because I'm like, hold on, what did I do? But no, this is just who you put in your circle, and that person can drain you. But I'm too trusting and too loving. So now I got a barrier around me, and I probably built, and I'm trying to take the layers down so that, because now it's like my trust level, I'm so hurt from people. It's kind of like
And you're shielding,
Wow.
you're
You know what I'm
shielding,
saying?
you're shutting the people who could potentially be good out your
Right.
life. Yeah.
Especially when you're
Mhm.
changing. So when you're changing, people are still seeing the old Kiki as well. So I don't want you in my future if you can still see her. Because I
Mm,
don't see her no more. I'm trying to become
mm.
somebody else. You know what I mean? But
You
yeah,
are
that's
you
my
are somebody else though, Kiki. You are. You've done that. You accomplished that. It's
thank
like
you.
it's like a segment I did. It's called Dear Yesterday. You know you're there yesterday. Yesterday is behind you. Now
Yep.
it's not your problem if other people can't see that you are not the same you once were. You know, butterflies, they well before they become butterflies, caterpillars, right? They're very ugly. They go into cocoons. They sit and go through that transformation, but we don't be sitting there like, I remember when you was a caterpillar. No, we talk about that current beauty that they are now. So respect
Right.
my current beauty and don't talk about
Right.
the caterpillar I used to be.
Yeah, respect my little wing hanging out the cocoon right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see it.
What about you, Stacks?
I guess I'll say like being like too trusting. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at a lot of situations like, well, shit. You know, I know I wouldn't do some shit like that, so I expect the other people to be the same way. Like, man, I ain't gonna cross you over, a little bit of money or even like some pussy or some some random shit that might be going on. I wouldn't do certain shit, but I expect other motherfuckers to not do the same. So it's it's like fucked up in a way because it's like you should give like new people like a fresh start, fresh chance, but it's messed up because a lot of people they don't think the same way as you. Like you could be, hey, I trust you, you trust me, I keep it a buck with you, you keep it a buck with me. You expect that, which I should be able to keep it a buck with somebody and get the same in return. But it always comes back to bite me in the ass because it's like, just because that's how I feel and that's what I would do, I expect the same out of you. And that we all know that shit don't happen like that all the time. Like, so it's like on one end you should be like treat every situation as a new situation and be like, yo, this motherfucker never did nothing to me, so hey, we're starting off fresh. But a lot of times they don't go that way because people always got their ulterior motive and they want to try to maybe use you for something that you got,
Right.
and shit just goes sideways because you'll sit there like, yo, I wouldn't do that, like I wouldn't do them like that, and you expect the same, but man, that
And,
shit
and,
just
and then if you tell them and they keep doing it, get them out of your circle because they don't respect who you are and how you want to be respected as a person.
Thank you.
right.
Girl, you be twinning, girl. I was here thinking that, like for real. Like I'm about to tell him, like Stacks. The problem is you need to surround
Yeah,
yourself around good people.
upgrade your friends. There's nothing
Because
wrong with that.
the
See,
people that you
Right.
grew up with are gonna always see you as the person that you once were. When you get around new people who can actually see the current you, they're gonna want to rock with you. They're
Yeah.
going to give you that same level of respect. The problem is we get too comfortable around the people that we've been around for so long. Well, they know me for a long time. Well, guess what? The
Right.
person who's known you for 20 years will stab you in the back over $5 and not care. So a part of, that good and the bad is good that you knew them for a long time. The bad is that they're complacent and the old you, and they're complacent in their roles of being users and not really
Right.
themselves accountable. So just remove yourself from that situation.
and
Right, and,
that's
and that's why a lot of people like my cuz be making videos and shit, and people you might post something. The people that know you and grew up, they might not even like or share or whatever. You get more love from other people that don't know you because they're used to the old you, or they just feel like they know you, so they ain't gonna support it like some random person that just like maybe heard your song for the first time, or seeing your painting or whatever whatever you might do. They're not gonna respect it the way that and praise you the way that some random people might. Cause I
Because
be
they
seeing
smile
my
in your,
cousin's
they
shit.
smile in your face.
Right. I done
Backstabbers.
seen this nigga have like 500 views and have like 10 likes, 3 shares. I'm like, who are all these motherfuckers looking at your shit and just like, oh no, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I know this dude. Like, nah, fuck. Like, come
Right.
on, man.
Right.
hey, Mr. Wookie,
So
what you got?
What y'all talking about? The trust thing. The trust thing comes from family. The way you was raised. You was raised. You trust. You trust your brother and sister. You trust your mother. You trust your father. You trust your people. Then when you extend your trust out, that's when, sometimes it become a problem because, you got people around you take advantage of your kindness.
Mhm.
And, it's a double-edged sword that you got to carry. You take my kindness as a weakness, but don't be fooled by me
Right.
because you may, and like my mom called me the sleeping dragon because
Okay.
she'll call me a sleeping dragon because I'll sit there and be patient, and all of a sudden the dragon she wakes the dragon, and once that dragon is waking, I cut all ties without any remorse, without any thinking about it, because it already been thought through. So when it's time to go, when it's time for me to let it go, I let it go without any remorse behind it. And I guess that's after you grow up to a point that, look, I'm no nonsense person, but I am a kind person.
Mm.
But when you see something and you'll smile like my spider sense go off, it's time to pay attention. And then after that, I give you enough rope to hang yourself.
That
Brother,
part. Yep.
Right.
I give
Right.
you enough rope to hang yourself. So you can't say I just judge you right off. No, 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 bro. This been happening for a while. So I've been paying attention to you for a long time. So we need to just part ways because this here ain't working for me,
Right.
and you holding me back. I
Mm.
just be flat out when you holding me back, and I got places to be, and I got things to do.
No
So
matter who it is.
no matter who it is,
No matter who it is. Keeping the
yes,
peace.
it may be a hard thing for this hard pill for them to swallow, but I'm clear in my conscience when I speak this. When I say I'm done, I'm done. I don't say it just to threaten you. I'm,
Right.
I'm, I say it when I mean it. Mean what you say, and just say it just like that. Look, I'm
Right.
done.
Yeah,
That's it.
by the time you saying you done, you done gave them chance after chance after chance to try to do
That's
some shit. Like,
that's
I'm,
look. That's where they get the rope at. They get a long enough rope.
mm-hmm.
They get a long enough rope to hang themselves.
But then I understand that we've been extending grace to them. They don't
Right.
understand that
That
part.
part.
Right.
And so when people look at that as a default in us or weakness, they don't understand that God has blessed us to be caring beings. So it's not like we're just weak or something like that. The problem
Mm-hmm.
is that we care enough about others to make sure that they're okay. We don't want to see people in jacked up positions. If I know I'm succeeding, right? I don't
Right.
want to see the person next to me fail, because there's enough room on this platform for all of us. So I'm gonna extend my hand and try to pull you up. But when I see you tugging and trying to pull me down because you don't want to see me up when we both can be up, then that is time when the scissors need to come out and we need to sever time. And then
Crab, crabs in a
that
bucket.
goes is what it is.
Yep.
Crabs in a bucket.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
where some of
I
us
had
at.
I ain't gonna lie, I had an icebreaker. I'm not gonna do it. We don't went well over. We don't went well over today, but it was good. It was good. It was good conversation. Listen, I really appreciate y'all
Mhm.
coming. Being transparent, vulnerable. Being honest. Um, I feel like everybody needs to take time to look in the mirror and get to know their own self, good,
Definitely.
bad, the ugly, and what's your purpose. You'd be surprised how many people just live their whole life and haven't figured out what was their purpose on Earth. Period. Just living. So I really hope Lord Stacks, Mr. Wilkie, Kiki, hey, whatever.
Uh oh.
I'm always freezing up. See how the devil works
You know what?
Uh,
I guess I want to end. I want to end this out with a couple of sayings that I go by that I pump myself up every day because I'm trying. I'm on a new path. You know what I mean? So I got to look at my wall. Okay, be completely willing to kill who you are to become the best version of yourself. And also, if you're gonna pray, don't worry. If you're gonna worry, don't pray.
Amen.
Last one, always be grateful. That's how you get ahead. Be grateful for what he's doing, what he's done, and what he's going to do, and
Right.
you're going to be great. And he can be whoever you believe in. Just center yourself and find out who that person is, the universe, God, Jesus, whoever. Just get intact with yourself.
Mhm.
And I'm Kiki, and I love y'all.
Oh, before we go, do you guys mind if I shout out my podcast?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't know, my name is Alora D, and my podcast is The Lauren Hour with Alora Dennett, and we air on Tuesdays at 9:45 p.m. and every other Thursday. And guys, I'm so excited because I have a new podcast that launched. So the name of this podcast is called Alora D Presents A Leo's World. So if you guys are definitely into Leos like myself,
I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign.
okay, girl, fire. Then check me out. So I have 2 episodes out. Those are just my soft launches, but I will have an official episode out July the 10th, and that time would
My
be
birthday.
p.m. Okay, well, happy early birthday. See, listen.
All right, July 10th.
See, that's how God works. See, that's how He
Yeah.
works. God's playing, honey. But anyways, this new podcast, I'm so excited about it. So this podcast I'm going to be documenting my weight loss journey. I'm going to also be pouring out more positive vibes because the Lauren Hour is more controversy, trending news, government, politics, all of that good stuff. So if you want to chill and unwind and get in tune with your Leo side or any other signs, y'all be sure to tune in because I do daily horoscope readings and everything, and we will be having I can't even think, an empath on. So you guys will be having some great energy coming your way. But thank you guys for letting me shout that out.
No doubt. Y'all go check her out, y'all. Anybody else want to shout out anything?
No.
Nope. All
No,
right.
no.
Y'all have
I want to shout out some things.
Go ahead.
No. I don't got that.
All right, appreciate y'all, man. One.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Love.